This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Let's talk about the game. It seemed like defensively you come out and everybody had hand in the face, really focused in on the defense, and then at the end really got to just have fun. How important was it to rebound on a game like this and really get out there and have fun again?
I think it was really important. I mean, I think the easy thing for us to do after the Vandy game is to sulk and not face anything and then come out today and play bad again. But we chose to do the hard thing, which is get in, communicate with each other what we think we were struggling with and hold ourselves accountable. And I would say the past two practices have probably been the best practices we've had all season. So I think we just made minor changes and it made a really big difference.
And on the defensive side, you know, you've really struggled with the guard play and getting points. You held them to 1 for 15 shooting the three, and none of their players had over 10 points. So what did that mean defensively that you were able to really hold them in check on the defensive side of the ball?
I mean, I think that means everybody guarded their yard, and I know that was on my card today that Nabes gives to us before the game. Everybody guarded our yard, and if someone, slipped up, I think we had each other's back and making sure that shot was contested.
Chrissy, final thing for me is just you got your shot going today, 5 for 7. How did it feel just really once you got that momentum going out there and just shooting today?
Honestly, it's a lot easier whenever I got teammates that are willing to uplift me. Like, there's not one shot that if I'm hesitant on, like, Mac is quick to tell me, like, hey, you got to just shoot it, got to knock it down. So it's nice whenever I'm letting it go out of my hands that I know that my teammates are just as confident that it's going to go in just like I am. And so, yeah.
Yeah, Chrissy, it looked like you were trying to crash the offensive glass a lot today. Was that something that y'all talked about, maybe that you thought this game y'all could get some boards on the offensive end?
I mean, disclaimer, I am really honestly supposed to go every game, but it's definitely been a point of emphasis. And, like Mac had said, we had made some minor changes and things like that. But also after last game, we had to take some reflecting on ourselves too. And, I had to go back and think like, okay, after watching our improvement film, what can I do a little bit better to get us some extra possessions, even if it's a tip or me running in there and hitting somebody so that someone else can get it or things like that. So just, as I'm sitting here watching Max sprint back, Sam sprint back, they're doing their jobs. I can't leave them hanging by me just hanging out. And so just trying to be better at that.
And then just speaking more like on the defense, just what'd you think, today, of course, to hold them to 33 points, just what were y'all doing out there that was helping y'all, just get those big stops?
Honestly, just staying hooked up, communication. We really emphasize that in practice these past 2 days. And, just being able, like Max said, just having your teammates back, being able to help one. If one goes, the other one's going to help the other person. And just like that, it's just like a puzzle piece. And I think it really put together well today for us.
Coach Neighbors said, he wanted to make a lot of changes and really kind of have to look at some strategy and things like that. Just what kind of changes? I know it was a pretty quick turnaround, but what sort of changes did he maybe talk to you guys about, and how did that kind of come to fruition for this game?
Well, I don't want to say like the exact changes just because it's but I mean, it was mostly just like each individual, like what can you do like that is a small change that can make this team so much better. Like if your teammate messes up, what can you do to help them, fix it on the next play or make the next shot? So just kind of really, I would say instilling the same confidence we have in our teammates into ourselves.
I would honestly just say helping your teammates by doing your job. Nothing has changed since the beginning of the year. Just like I said before, my job is to go offensive rebound. I need to do a better job of doing that. Like Mac's job is to get back or be a T-back or things like that. Like she's focusing on doing that and things like that. So I think all of us really, after the Vanderbilt game, took a lot of reflection. And I think that's how you have outcomes like that today. And I think that's such a great part about our team is that we're all willing to reflect on what we can do better and apply it. And I think we saw that today in our win. So
setting aside the South Carolina game, this is the first time in a really long time y'all haven't been in the fourth quarter just with it super close. Just how nice was it to kind of just, get such a big lead? I mean, we're not going to talk about Ole Miss either, but to get a lead where it's in the fourth quarter and just kind of getting to play free again.
That's all I can say.
I mean, yeah, most of the games have been close, and obviously there's things that we could have easily fixed to make those games not close. But at halftime, we talked, and it's like we've seen what people are saying on social media or whatever. But it was kind of like it really doesn't matter what they think. We know who we are, and we can go out there and show them who we are today. And we had an option to either do it or don't, and today we've decided to do it.
And odd that, honestly, one thing that Naves had told us after the Vanderbilt game was that, I mean, and going into this week, this game, we're not a different team. Like, we are the same team that started off the season 14-0. We are the same players. We have not made any like big or 13-0, sorry. And like, the only thing that's different is the confidence that we instill in ourselves and the confidence that we instill in our work ethic and what we have done to get here. And so that's just what I want to remind everybody, is that we aren't different people. We're not trying to do different things, but we just had to regroup. That's okay.
And this is for both y'all. To the naysayers, they really don't understand the grind of playing in the SEC. And with the rise of LSU, you've seen this year, more teams are coming up, and it's a more competitive league than this year. So talk about the grind and the relief of today of really putting everything together and having one of your best performances of the year.
I mean, I think being a student athlete is just hard in itself. And then, when you're a student athlete who loves to compete and you're losing, it's even harder and to try to figure out a way to win. But I also think those people that, have everything, have all the answers could never, do what we do. So it's kind of like, yeah, we see what you're saying, but it's like, why would I trust what you're saying when I know I have coaches in my corner who have done the things I've done?
BetOnline remains your number one source for all your sports betting this season. Everything from the NFL and bowl season to esports. You'll find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. BetOnline features live betting, free contests, and live scores for almost any sport or game imaginable. We're the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite leagues and events. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your rewards. That's BLEAV. BetOnline, where the game starts.